Howdy there, Chip Champ. Welcome back to One Great Manga War. Hopefully you are having a fantastic day today. And today, we'll be talking about enjoyment over objectivity. So, without further ado, let's jump into it. This is a video I've wanted to do for a while, and I've been trying super hard trying to wrap my head around how I want to go about this and what I want to do for it. And today I'm like, frick it, we're just going to go with it. We're going to go, and we're just going to do it. So, objectivity versus your enjoyment in a series. Okay, so in my opinion, objectivity 90% of the time for me is pretty much worthless in my opinion. Objectivity is when you go about a series and you're like, okay, so it's like a checklist. What does the series have and what makes it good, So first thing, good artwork. Check. Does it have a great story? Check. Does it have colorful cast of characters? Check. It's a basic checklist. And the reviewer has to stay incredibly, away from it, trying to be as objective as possible, which isn't possible because of how human nature works. But they have to try to do that, which just, to me, comes off in a very fake manner. Objectively, I can say Tokyo Ghoul is a great series. I could say, if you liked the original series, you will love the series, and it's a great series overall. Enjoyment-wise, I only liked, the last 2 or 3 volumes, in my opinion. The rest of it was a confusing mess of characters that I just didn't understand what was going on. The artwork was gorgeous, and the story itself seemed decent enough, but I couldn't understand what was going on. And for me, I wouldn't say Tokyo Ghoul is a great series. Far from it, in fact. I would say it's enjoyable at the very end, but everything else is just a very big, bloated mess. But objectively, I can see it's got everything it needs for a series, but for me, it's not for me. And I wouldn't say I enjoy it that much. But for a series like Toriko, it hits all of my bells and whistles. Like food, check. Big buff dudes fighting, check. Gorgeous artwork, check-ish. It's good artwork, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's got everything I really want in a series. It's my definition of junk food shonen, and it's fighting food. Like, what else more can I ask for? But objectively though, it's decent. It's decent. It's about as good as Bleach. On the objectiveness scale. But I loved Toriko so freaking much. No cap, no lie. It was freaking great. But that's from my opinion. Objectively, it's not that great of a series. It's like I said, junk food shonen. It's okay. It's fine. But for me, I loved it. I'm like, I cannot wait to get some more volumes after I finish Bleach. So that begs the question then. What's even the point of objectivity? Why do you think objectivity exists? For me, I believe objectivity exists to say, this is what this one person thinks, and he's like a robot. This is what a robot would think the series would be like. And if they enjoyed it, you'll probably enjoy it too. It's like, okay, so if a series is a solid 8, it's got everything for a series that needs to be good, and that's good enough. Send it off to the press, that's good enough. 8 for me is a good enough series when I see it from a reviewer. It's like, okay, so they did everything right. Good. But they didn't do anything above, over, and beyond. It's like, okay, that's fine. For me, when I see an 8 from an objective place, they're for me, that's just decent. It's like, okay. For me, that would be starting at a 5. Then once you get the 9s and 10s is where stuff starts getting very drastically different for me. For example, One Piece, it's number 3 on my anime list. And I love the series a lot, and it's number 1, and I agree where it's at, objective-wise. Maybe a little bit higher. I haven't read the 2 on top, which is Full Metal Alchemist and Berserk. I need to get on it, though. But, Kaguya-sama Love War, I would pull it up higher. I've read a little bit of Poon Poon, and that was, freaking amazing, but I don't think it's better than Kaguya-sama, enjoyment-wise. Objectively, yeah, it's probably better than that. But, enjoyment-wise, I wouldn't put Poon Poon over Kaguya-sama. But overall though, that's what I'm basically trying to say is just in the world that we live in, it's incredibly hard to be objective about something, and it's also even more incredibly hard when you're going to IGN or something for video games or movies, and they're like talking about their favorite series, like, oh, this is great, but you're hearing this one dude's opinion about it, not the whole corporation, and it can make it really hard to figure out if you should get the series or not. And that's why I say let's get away from the objectiveness and let's talk about subjectivity and work with our smaller creators that do reviews and get their opinions on it. Because when you do a reviewer, you get exactly who they are as a person and what they like. You know, like I said, for me, I like shonen. You know, that's my bread and butter. I like having some like out of this world where like I can just escape from, or I need it to be like in my face, like, hey, fix yourself. You know, I need one of those two things. And if I can get it, boom, I love the series. And that's when you come to my channel, that's what you should expect from me looking at a series. When I look at Tokyo Ghoul and I say it's fine, it's because it doesn't click what I want in the series. Now, if I go to someone else, like, I'm trying to think of someone who's done a review on Tokyo Ghoul that I know. I'm not for sure. But like if you go to someone else and they're like, oh my goodness, I love Tokyo Ghoul. You know, it's my favorite series. You know, it's like this and this and this and this and this. That's because it clicks their bells. And for you, you can look at it and say, well, they like Tokyo Ghoul. What did they like about Tokyo Ghoul, and how does that fit their style of what they want in the series? And then you're like, okay, so I see what they like in a series, and I can see it's very similar to my tastes. So I'm gonna try it out. And that's something that's really good. That's how it should be. You shouldn't be going on like bigger name people, like big corporations, like IGN. I know IGN doesn't do manga, but like IGN, GameSpot, even Nintendo Life. If you're doing video games and stuff, like it's hard to like keep up with that kind of stuff. But yeah, support your small creators, show them love. If they do reviews, and if you watch them enough, you should know what they're how they like their series, how they do it, and all that stuff. And yeah, so just keep that in mind. I know this was a very big ramble, but yeah, that's basically what I'm trying to say. So thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day, my beautiful, beautiful chimp chops. And as always, go out there and read some manga, my friend.